Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about balance and why it's so important in enduro and hard enduro. If you take the skill of balance to the extreme, you might end up doing things like the alien on Earth Tony Wu does on his such as these. You might wonder, why am I talking about trials when talking about enduro or hard enduro? Truth is, the top riders in hard enduro, Graham Jarvis, Johnny Walker, Billy Bolt, Alfredo Gomes, Mario Roman, Cody Webb, all of these guys came from trials. They started riding trials when they were young and then moved up to hard enduro. And the two pillars of trials are simple: balance and clutch control. But today we're just going to talk about balance. Something that if you're not doing, you should start doing right now, which is stand on your bike. While riding, you should always stand. Remember, if you're riding standing, you're controlling the bike. If you're riding sitting, the bike's controlling you. It's simple. You can see in this example that he goes in full throttle, sitting, and on the first few bumps he gets completely thrown out of balance. And he loses traction because of that. This doesn't mean that if you're riding standing, you'll start doing every climb. Of course not. And an example of it is this case. In Würzburg, this athlete goes in full throttle, standing, and the problem was, he goes through those pipes and he keeps his body completely static. He doesn't absorb the bumps, and so he loses his balance and traction. And it's something that you can see on pro riders. In this case, you have Alfredo Gomes going in for a hill, full throttle, and you can see that his body is never static, never at any moment. His hips are moving side to side, forwards, backwards, his elbows, knees, legs, anything. The pro riders always use their whole body in order to keep the traction and put the most power to the ground as possible. And that's crucial. For example, in this case, you have Alfredo Gomes in a climb with little to no run-up. He has maximum 2 meters in front of him. But as soon as he launches, one thing I can see is he stands. And he stands and he starts moving his body in order to keep the balance and keep traction on the rear wheel. Obviously that all of us can't have the time that these guys do. These guys ride every day, so obviously we won't be able to do that, of course. But something that we can do, and it's something that I'm proposing you to do, to train, is a little exercise that will improve your balance enormously. What I did was, for example, for 4 days, for just 20 minutes a day, and the only thing you need is your gear, your bike, and a little room in order to train. And what I did was, I counted for 20 minutes the number of times I put my foot on the ground while standing on my bike, while balancing on it. I used everything that I could, my arms, my legs, my elbows, my hips, my brakes, everything. So do the same. So at the end of the first day, I put my foot on the ground 105 times. On the second day, I put my foot on the ground 92 times. On the third day, I did 86 times. And on the last day, I put my foot on the ground 74 times. So, as you can see, I had an improvement from the first day to the fourth day of almost 30%. That's huge. Remember, this is the worst case scenario while training your balance, which is no speed, no power, no nothing, just your weight and just the bike. And so any kind of improvement that you'll have in this case will imply huge improvements while riding, trust me. And one super tip that I can give you that I found out while doing this exercise is, instead of sitting backwards on your seat, try sitting the most forward as possible. Sit almost on top of your fuel tank. That will make your center of mass align with the center of mass of your bike, which is the engine. And you'll feel a huge difference while standing. So, let me know which were your improvements, let me know other ways to train your balance, and don't forget to subscribe.